All right, guys, so I think we're live. Let's see. YouTube's not showing us as live yet, but oh, there we go. Hopefully that gets us going there. All right, so let's grab the YouTube link here and put it into our Discord channel. All right, live stream. Boom. All right, we can close Discord for now. And we are good. All right, so welcome everyone. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I know there's a lot going on right now, so it's pretty crazy. I know for myself, obviously thoughts go out to Ukraine, a lot going on out there. Hopefully everyone's as safe as they can be. I know there's, again, a lot going on. And I know, a lot of people are showing solidarity with Ukraine, and I get it. So, hopefully everything is okay. And for those of you guys who are based out of that area, I hope you guys are trying to stay safe if possible. Yeah, so a lot going on there. Hey, Gujo, nice to have you here. You'll be on in a little bit. Sounds good. Hey, Wally, nice to have you here as well. Yeah, so just, a lot been going on this week in the world. So, hoping that everyone is staying safe. And with that, it's just crazy out there. So it's crazy. Hopefully everyone's being okay. Hey, Francis, nice to have you here. John says, hey, how are you enjoying the new season? We're going to get into all of that here on the stream today for sure. We'll be talking a little bit about brawls, right, with Judge. We'll be talking about, the nature season. We'll get into all of that here. Nice to have you here, though, John. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so it's been crazy. I finished up a paper this week, which was good in terms of personal stuff. And then we also have a midterm next week. So after that, things will be a lot easier for me to get back on track with content. But yeah, it's been crazy out there. Hopefully we can get away from the craziness, have a little bit of fun here for, about the hour that we're going to be here live. And so hopefully, we can just kind of forget about the craziness in the world right now and just have some fun and enjoy each other's company. So thank you guys for hanging out with me here, and good evening to you, Incognito. And yes, thoughts and prayers out to those in in the area where things are just going nuts. I mean, I don't really know how else to phrase it other than it's kind of crazy right now. So yeah. Okay. So let's really quick look at the special event, right? Revelation of the Space Guardian. So I'm not going to read everything here, but basically we got a lot of Judge Soulstones. We got one more day of this event. Pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure how I really feel about this change in Judge's actual abilities. I can't really say that there was that big of a deal. Um, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I didn't really think it was as impressive as maybe I was hoping for Judge's skills. I guess, he did get reworked a little bit. And it does make him now more viable against Sebastian, right? So obviously, Sebastian's going to be someone that you're going to need to consider to supplement, right? So Isaac and Sebastian together potentially. Just going to be some more question marks, right, in terms of viability with attacking and stuff. So just something to keep in mind. Obviously, with this rework of Judge, he just spams so many debuffs essentially that you're going to need to consider having Sebastian with, again, Isaac to counter that. So just something to throw out there. So now we have Judge as a counter to Isaac, whereas before Judge was really not very playable in most situations. So Judge change is good, but not the way I wanted. I got you, Wally. It makes sense. Calnap, hello to you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Your Judge scored 70% more points against Osh. That's phenomenal. And that's good news for people looking for alternatives to the quote-unquote meta Osh damage dealing team, right? So it does give you some variation, which is good. But yeah, Judge is definitely a new new wrinkle into things, especially with this new ascension skills. I don't really think there's too many people unlocking them yet because that is expensive. I'm sure some people have, but not too many. So it isn't, full blown yet, but it definitely is a thing. Francis said this morning, I figured out one of the reasons I was struggling in the brawls. Judge is not max power if you don't have him summoned. That I did not know. That I did not know. So that's new to me. See, I haven't fought it all today with him, so we will maybe do a couple of brawls here, for just for fun. If we lose, not a big deal. What's up, Edward? Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. We're going to be doing a couple of brawls, just maybe one or two before we hop onto something else. But just for fun, we'll entertain some stuff here. We're going to go ahead and go. Let's see. Main concerns, I guess, would be the 2 damage dealers, which are Mojo and Daredevil. So with that kind of a team, I really want to focus on getting to their back line, which to me means I want to use Jorgen if possible. Let's see, where does Yasmin? Yasmin ends up in the front, and I'm going to use Aurora. So we're going to go very offensive with this particular lineup. Hopefully it works out. If not, it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and throw in Axel as our pet. We're going to have fun. Hey, Dr. Barbadelli, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Much appreciated. I advanced 2 heroes today. Congratulations, Edward. Which 2 did you advance? I'm curious. Always love to hear about people advancing in Hero Wars and, hitting their goals. So yeah, which heroes did you advance? I'm curious. Sounds like a pretty good thing. So here we go. We got Arachne taking out Daredevil. Yasmin doing a lot of damage. So there is our first victory. Awesome. I might do 3 just because that'll get me this bonus. And of course, it's against an NPC, which is a computer-generated team. So with that, right, they got a Chaba. So I got to make sure if we're countering a Chaba, we want someone significant. So we're going to put in Cleaver, and we're going to double up Tank. So I'm seeing some damage dealers, which is, fine. Okay, so we're going to go with Ishmael as our 2 slot. And I think I'm going to go with Arachne, even though I don't, I personally don't like using Arachne much generally. But Arachne is surprisingly good in these situations where you have a hero that's already selected. And Arachne, I've been impressed with Arachne's skill. Granted, I don't know how I feel about her generally speaking, but in some of these matchups, I've been impressed with her ability to do a significant amount of damage. Jet to 6th place, nice. With Judge's new change, he could stall for time with Isaac, even with Sebastian, but that based on who with him is in timing, absolutely can be a factor. It's just going to depend on what teams you're up against. Sebastian to 5th. Nice. So you've upgraded Sebastian and Jet, both very good control and support style heroes. I like that. That's a good move. I think those are great heroes to utilize. Do you have a Kira-based team out of curiosity? Because both of those do complement Kira. I mean, they do also complement Yasmin. They complement a bunch of teams. So I'm curious what kind of team or lineup you're running, Edward. But I love to hear that you have upgraded your Sebastian Jet. Congratulations on that. It is a good accomplishment for sure. Let's see, we got people running Galahad, okay, with Judge, Luther, Dorian, and Martha. So we're going to switch out Ishmael here. We're going to look for Luther. Where's Luther? Luther's right here. I like this lineup a lot better. I think we're going to use, though, Biscuit, because I think Biscuit will slow down the team just enough for us to get going a little bit more here. No, you know what? We're going to go with Albus. We're going to go a little more offensive. So here we go. We're going to be running it through. So I'm hoping that Luther... Oh, don't forget the auto. Almost ran it without using any skills. The speed up combat was almost a big mistake there. but I think we can do this. Let's see. So we took out Judge, which is key. Dorian's gone, and now we're just dealing with Martha. She's far enough away from Dorian that she's not healing herself with her attacks. Worked out great there. So we picked up our 3 wins for the first stage. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but Arachne and Judge really do work well together because Arachne deals significant damage and extends the time of stun that you would see from Judge. Because basically, anytime, right, Judge stuns the whole team, but Arachne can also attack a character. And since all those characters are stunned, once she hits, that's an additional stun. So basically, that team ends up being a slight sitting duck for a little while there. So that is a pretty big difference that we didn't have before. So something to keep in mind. Let's see. So this is an interesting team. One of the problems here I see is going to be Jorgen. And normally I would say Sebastian's going to be good enough. But I kind of don't like the way that team is matching up. So I'm going to have to switch up some stuff here. We're going to put in Isaac. We're going to use Sebastian and Isaac. It's kind of a risky play because I'm doubling up on heroes I would rather not. But we're going to use Arachne here. And I might actually even tank with Arachne depending on... No, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use Rufus. We're going to use Rufus here because there's a lot of magic attackers. We're going to use Isaac, who really guards against those magic attackers, and Sebastian is trying to fend Jorgen as much as he can. It's not going to be useful that much. So, part of me is like, why am I even using him? But I think he might mitigate Jorgen's just enough that it helps us out here. So, because I lack healing, we're going to use Axel, and we're going to see how it goes. But yeah, not a bad thing here. But yes, Arachne and Judge combo, very, very good. The greatest winners from Judge's reworks are players who run Luther, Galahad, Chaba, or Corvus teams. Yeah, I do think that, heroes who need more protection in the tank spot are definitely going to benefit a lot from Judge. I especially see, as you said here, I think Luther is going to be a huge hero for players who use Judge, right? So it's going to be a thing. And then we also have to consider the fact that Corvus can definitely use a lot more protection, so that helps. Chaba, not bad. I'm not sure if Galahad is going to benefit as much as he could, maybe from another hero as a tank, but, Judge definitely helps, I think, significant for Luther. Was not as, for Luther's big deal. Galahad, yeah, okay. I think Chaba and Corvus as well. I think Corvus more so than Chaba, but Luther 100% gets a huge boost from Judge. So, I'm always surprised when I see teams like this where there is no Luther protection here. I would like to use Luther, but I still like... Maybe I will use Luther. Maybe we will go... Qingmao is a very dangerous hero. I don't like seeing that as an opponent. Let's see. So we're going to have to protect against that. Where is my guy Luther? Luther is the guy we're going to be using for a lot of our teams if we can. I really like his offense, and Judge's protection is just, that's tier 1. Like we're saying here. So I get it. Let's see. Let's find him real quick. Let's find... Where'd Luther go? We're going to use Martha because Martha heals Luther as well. And the farther the hero is away, the more healing Martha does. So Martha is really meant to work with Luther. And one of the key things here is because of that, it does take up 3 slots, right? So you got Judge, Martha, and Luther. If I can ever find Luther here, he will be on this team, but I cannot seem to find him. Where is... Oh, there he is. Whew. We're struggling. All right, so there's that. Let's see. We also... A lot of magic attack, even though we also have to deal with Qingmao. And Maya's pretty good. So to mitigate Maya, we are going to focus more on throwing in Isaac. I think that's the go-to move here. Maya's very dangerous, so we don't want to keep her unchecked. Let's see. With the issue with defensive rewards, some people are using bad teams so people can get rewards for wins. Yeah, I get that. I think it's a mixed bag. Some people like to win. Some people, are just trying to help others. So, whatever helps the community or, lets someone hit their goals, I'm okay with. That's personally where I stand on that. So Chimao's gone. That was one of our main threats we're concerned about. The next one we're concerned about is Maya here. Judge went down. Awesome. Um, and here I think they were going for a stall style team, right? When they're using, of course, oh, and they did stall us out. That's unfortunate. But it does happen. So we were out of time on that one. We didn't lose though. I mean, officially, right? We stalled out, but that's okay. So just some examples of some brawls there. I I have mixed feeling about brawls. I think it's a little bit redundant. It's a little long for what it is. I do like some of the prizes though. I think you can easily get a good amount of brawl coins. You can see I've already spent some, but you can get a good amount of rewards for things that you need, right? Pretty easily. I mean, some of these ones are really expensive, but these items that are key, right? 5,000 brawl coins worth. Those are some pretty key items. I mean, I think some of these you can kind of build yourself, like the piercing gaze. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, is simply just a bunch, like 200 of that. So piercing gaze itself. Oh no, never mind. I'm wrong. But I thought it was one of these Dragon's Heart style where it's just 200 of the red items. But no, you can get some decent items out of here. So I do like that. I just think that the event itself is a little bit redundant, right? A lot of the same. You're just doing a lot of fights over and over again, which is all right. It's a little boring though sometimes. Like, I don't want to be super critical on it because I do think it's a good opportunity for players to get Judge Soul Stones as well as other items for their different heroes, including Judge if they so desire. I just think it's a little redundant, right? But yeah, so there's that. Um, CountApp also believes that this is good for Satori, Lien, Arachne, Lilith, and Kai. Um, I agree with Arachne 100%. Lilith, I kind of agree with. Kai, I'm not as sure. And Satori, I don't know. I mean, it does allow Satori to be used, but I don't really see Satori being as involved in the game now still because I think a lot of people stopped developing Satori when Sebastian came into the Hero Wars universe, right? So I think those are a couple of factors there that I'm not sure how they're going to tip, right? So I'm not sure how they're going to tip. So we're going to go ahead and grab this Siren's Song. Let's see. What else can we do here? Oh, Grand Arena Shop and get some Alchemist set. Okay, why not? Yeah. All right. Apostles Mace. I mean, if it's useful for someone, might as well take it. Tower Coins. Should probably do that run later. Dragon Shield. Okay. Might as well grab it. Nope. Friendship Shop. All right, so we're going to grab some throwing knives. And that item is collected. Large skinstone chests, absolutely, as well as the singular one. Hand of Glory. No. Yes, we always need more Enigma's Chronicles. Harunian Helms. And throwing knives again. Okay. So grab some items, which is good. But yeah, we're working on Martha. We're getting her closer to finished. So I'm going to go ahead and just raid. Hopefully, yeah, we got enough items now for her alchemist set. We're just short on the staff recipe, which we'll get to later, hopefully. So yeah, we're making some progress there. So that is essentially an outlook of, well, I guess we're going to pick up some more energy real quick. And I'm going to claim these soul stones because why not? Into the depths. Yeah, okay, we did some Titanite stuff. Cool. But yeah, so I mean, I think there are some uses for sure for this Judge rework. We're just going to have to tinker with it to figure out the best combination. But I think so far, I mean, Luther and Arachne are two of my favorite combinations so far with Judge. Asani, good night, buddy. Thanks for hopping on. Much appreciated. I believe something changed in the brawls. I was getting absolutely murdered the first night. After the first reset, my teams were able to win on a regular basis. Did the same thing, put the weakest team I could think of on defense. Fair enough. Gujo's home now. Love it. Edward says my Kira, Envar, and Shima are top 3 in that order. Good squad. I like that. That is a good team. Francis says my judge is only at 60,000 power instead of the max power. I think it's because I don't have him summoned. Huh. Didn't know that. How are your pets? Are your pets all good and everything too? So I figured I've been losing a lot of fights. Only figured out this morning. Gotcha. Okay. Um, Against Maya teams, you should try to form critical hit team. Corvus is also good against Maya. Okay. I like that. Let's see. Does anyone else have Maya? Oh, here, someone has Maya. But it is a problem that they have Rufus. Okay, so maybe we'll take out. Can put in Corvus here. Corvus. I kind of want Helios in here too. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna put in Biscuit. We're gonna take out. This is hard. Do I take out Corvus for Helios? Do I take out Martha for Helios? I like it the way it is. I'm not gonna really. Okay, fine. We're gonna put in Helios here for Martha, even though I really like Martha in tandem with Luther, because I mean the distance, right? Just really good healing when you have that kind of distance. All right, so let's try it out. Honestly, everyone should put a very low team on defense so everyone can enjoy the coins, so everyone is happy. Even though the event, from my point of view, is so-so, it's okay. Yeah, I do think it's a little boring. I mean, I hate to say it. It's a little bit repetitive, right? I mean, it's a good event, just a little repetitive. I wish that it was a little bit more variable. I don't know how it could be more variable, but it's just a little bit so-so, right? So I get that. I get that. I hate the brawls. I miss the story play way of a rework hero. Yeah, I hear you. I agree. I think this brawl event has fewer fights than the Lilith brawl, or maybe I've just been running out of lives quicker. That's totally possible. I mean, I do feel like the teams we're facing are a lot tougher than they used to be, just generally. But it is what it is. Not everything's going to work perfectly. All right, so here we go. We're going to use Arachne. We're going to be a little more focused. We're going to use Aurora. I'm going to also throw in Yasmin, and we're going to throw in Martha. Mm-hmm. We're going to go for it. Satori can make a comeback, but that would be an expensive team build. I agree. John Jensen said, I actually just maxed out my Satori, though. Always liked him. He's a good hero. Just got to be careful against Sebastian-based teams. But if you're using a spam of an attacker like Judge, we just ate a bullet from that Ching Mao. That's all right. All right, we're gonna take the L on that one for now. We're gonna take a break from brawls. We were getting we were running into a rut. It's okay. It's gonna happen. So we're gonna claim these. But yeah, no. So I like Satori as well. I love him in Outland. He is the one-man show for conquering Brog, who is allegedly the conqueror, right? So that is I think it might be the only. Is that the last one that I have left? I think that's the last one I have left. So I've beaten all of the Outland bosses except for Brog, in which I need to use Satori. That is the bottom line. I need my Satori to get stronger. It's not strong enough. Currently two, and I look at my glyphs. Those are tough. Those are not great. So we're gonna have to make some moves on Satori to end up taking down Brog. That is going to be a year-end project, right? It's on my bucket list of the year. Need to take down Brog. So basically what that means is I need to work on Satori. So, I mean, I'm going to guess because you haven't maxed out, you destroyed Brog. Love to hear that. And yeah, things are not bad. I won many battles in Satori and Judge, with Satori and Judge in Brawls. Love to hear it. Brawl fights are the same. Also, Judge with Iris and Heidi is fun as well. put in Jew for Luther. Yeah, I probably should have instead of using Aurora. You're right. Did Nexters release some of the feedback they received from the Lilith Brawl survey? Like how often they will have this type of event? They did not, based on my understanding. I think the only thing that I can see that they really changed, I believe, was a defense. Well, why are my heroes not having pets assigned to them? All right, well that's not cool. Yeah, I feel like one thing that I don't know. I feel like they definitely, for some reason, I thought this unlimited lives thing was for the whole event last time. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess maybe it was just for the day. I don't know. Something about this feels different than it did before, for sure. Um, yeah, there's something going on with that. I can't put my finger on it, but I think something's different there. They changed the defensive reward. I agree with that. They did do something there. I'm not sure what actually happens with that. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that, but anyway, we'll leave that as is for now. Yeah. All right, let's talk about nature season because I did actually want to talk about this. So I know there's a lot going on, and I almost made a video on it, but I thought that the video would be too much because I know a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of controversy. Maybe I'll make a video. Probably not. Maybe I will though, but probably not. I'm leaning towards not because I think there's a lot of content on it. But I mean, even though the content has been all over the place for this particular event, I'm gonna just talk about it here on here. Let's see. Super repetitive event. Yeah, Brawls is definitely repetitive. You used Yasmin, Kark, Isaac, and Astaroth. Skipped the fights and didn't have to buy any extra. Hey, if it works out for you, it works out for you. So here's where I stand on this event. It's an interesting event. The nature season specifically, right? We're talking about nature season for Facebook and web. They claim it's a total reward value over 200,000 emeralds. Um, do I agree with that? Yes and no. A couple of reasons. One is I actually like the fact that this price point to me makes sense. Is it a lot more expensive than some of the first seasons they had that had a totem? Yes, 100%. Believe it's 3 times more expensive, which is also why I think the first time they had the totem event, it was undervalued. I think this is the true value of this type of an event. I know that's not the popular thought process, but I think depending on where you are with totems, this might make sense. $45, and I'm not saying for everyone, but $45 for a totem, right? Because you go all the way to the end here, or keep going. I mean, yeah, some of these rewards are cool, but like, let's be honest here. The main thing is you're going for this totem. If you buy this ticket, right? The whole point is to get this totem spirit. And I think when you look at it from a standpoint of um, it's a long-term investment. So let me go to YouTube totem fragments, right? So why? Here we go. Okay, not well. We'll skip this in a second. But one thing, right, that we're going to look at is where you are in totem. If you have a 1-star, 2-star totem, or only 2 fragments, it doesn't make sense to use this totem right away. It just doesn't. Okay, why are things kind of freezing up here? Come on now. What I really want to get to in this video, like I just want to show the numbers on this. Um, that's a lie. It's not worth 200,000. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth 200,000 emeralds either. I'm not going to debate that fact because I think that's not really I think it's a bad number. I think they threw out the value of it. And I don't agree with that number. I think there are some things here, but let's take a look at the totem thing numbers once they come up here. Not sure why it's taking so long though. My Wi-Fi is just buffering. Why is it doing this to me? Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on here. But bottom line is I think dependent on what fragment you're on, um, I think depending on what team you're on, okay, we're just gonna have to completely close this because it's just not, it's freaking out. I don't know why. All right. So I mean, for 45 bucks, I think it might be worth it depending on what fragment you're on. Just because some of the fragments that are later on, right, when you get closer to number 18, those fragments get very expensive in the number of emeralds you need to use to get those fragments. Come on. YouTube totem fragments. Please work this time. Cooperate, please, YouTube. No, not that part. We want the numbers. Where are the numbers? Give me the numbers, please. There's the numbers. Okay, so here are the numbers on this, right? So I think we can pretty clearly tell that if you're using this for totem fragments 17, 18, 16, 17, right? Because that's like almost 300,000 emeralds. I'd say even here, right? 15, 16. I think it becomes a value somewhere from this 4 to 5 range on. I mean, I just don't think, the first three totem fragments. I mean, the third one maybe, depending on how many emeralds you plan on spending. But I don't think these first two, it's definitely not worth it if it's one of your first two fragments. So I think from that standpoint, if you're just looking to get one of your first two fragments, this $45, you should not be opening your totem fragment for that, right? So you can see in my inventory here, I do have two totem fragments, but if I were to do this over again, I would not use those until later on because I knew how many emeralds I'd be spending here in the altar of elements. But like, just for mathematical purpose, if you're planning it, it doesn't make sense to use it too early because if you let's say you're going from second to third. If you open your third fragment, you still have to get from 45,000 to 850,000 emeralds spent to get that next guaranteed totem fragment. So from that perspective, it doesn't make sense. So if I'm someone who's serious about Hero Wars long term, I'm thinking like, okay, every new fragment I get is a fragment that I'm going to open on the back end, right? So you might have to spend up to, I don't know. I think right now you could have had up to, I think, 4 or 5 fragments because there was 2 of these seasons, right? So 2 seasons, plus you could have got one from Winter Claws up to 2, right? The last 2 winters, and then 2 more for a high ranking in Winterfest, right? So let's say best case scenario, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fragments. You're best off waiting until you get all the first 12 totem fragments to open the last 6. In terms of if you're really looking purely at value for the number of emeralds saved. Now, I think it's a crazy amount to save for, but if you're looking really like, is $45 worth it? I think we also have to look at the emeralds. So I'm looking at emeralds, right? So they're saying it's worth 200,000. I don't think it's worth 200,000, but that's what they're saying, right? And I guess even with a times 4 purchase, the cheapest option would probably be around $100 US, right? I mean, granted, you can do whatever you want with these totem, these emeralds, but I mean, it is a totem fragment, right? So this is very specific to Titans. I'm just thinking out loud here, but I think that it's a fair price. I mean, I hate to say that because I do think it's a little expensive for most people, and I'm not saying people should be buying them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, do I think it's fair for a totem fragment? I think it's fair. Unfortunately, I mean, I just thought the first time they did it, I was like, wow, they really, really underbid on that one. It was $15, and I think people are going to get accustomed to that price, and they're going to be like, this is too much. So, I mean, I actually think this is a fair value. Do I think it's worth 200,000 in emeralds? No, I think that was also a bad move to put that it's worth $200,000 because I don't, or 200,000 emeralds because I don't think it's worth that much. Um, that's my thoughts. Sorry, didn't mean to rant on that, but let's see what you guys think as well. Hi, Mr. Big. Nice to have you here. Jay, I'm stuck on Chapter 14, Path of Madness. What team do you use? Yeah, so Chapter 14, Path of Madness, things get a little tricky in here. Um, let's take a look at Chapter 14. Let's find Path of Madness. Where's Path of Madness? Path of Madness. Nope, 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 nope. Path of Madness is this guy. Okay, so two things are going to happen here. One, we need to focus on the Mad Drummer Marksman, as well as these drilling installations, right? So one thing you're going to see, of course, I don't have any energy. We'll use one bottled energy. So one thing that I like to do here is I like to have someone who can either really, really take down those. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm going to do something like this. But, I mean, for me personally, my team's really strong now, so it's not, don't use the exact same team. But what I will say is that some of these enemies are really, really hard to take down unless you take them in a specific order. So with Path of Madness, let's get this rolling here. Come on, Wi-Fi, work with me here. Of course, like it was working perfectly fine early on. Decides to, freak out on me here. We'll see if it loads up. But I think the tough thing here is you want to hit those back line opponents in this particular. I'm going to have to refresh my page. Since I use a bottle energy, I should have enough energy, so that shouldn't be an issue. But let's hop back in here to this. And we'll try it again with Path of Madness. But I think the bottom line here is that you need to be able to attack the backline heroes. This is a key feature. Same with Chapter 13, right? You had to use Cornelius. Except here, you're not going to be able to use Cornelius. So you need to use, I mean, I guess you could use Cornelius, but you're going to need to use someone to hit the back line. Specifically, I'm talking about these guys. So Mad Drummer Marksman is a problem. And the Seymour Shamaness, and the Drilling Installation. So there's a couple opponents here that are tough. You got to get rid of them first before you can really move on. So let's see here. So here's the drill guy, right? The drill guy in front is a problem, right? The main attacker is this guy right here in the back. But he's healing. He's constantly healing this front guy. So you need to be able to take out this back guy before you can really get rid of that front one. So you need to target this guy. So if it's Cornelius that you're using, fine. But basically what you really need to do is you need to have someone who can hit the back line. So there's two ways you can do this. One is with Jorgen, right, and having your enemies end up hitting the backline hero. Another one is having a strong enough hero like Kark who can hit the backline, or Kira who can hit the backline. So you need to make sure your damage dealer can hit the back opponent. That's really key here. So you can see I'm going to be doubling. Well, I'm going to use Kark there. And we stunned him just enough, but now we got rid of him. So that's the key, is taking out that back guy, because he's a healer and he actually deals a decent amount of damage as well. So here, right, we just want to make sure we get rid of this tank. But I think that first fight is actually the toughest of the three, if my recollection is correct. The second one is not as big of a deal. The big thing here is to save, right? If your team is not super strong, you need to save your skills. So this is where you want to heal as much as possible. Limit your number of skills going off if you can, right? If you can win it without having to do too many skills. Never bad at plan, especially in these types of fights. We're going to use Albus here to hopefully see. Now we had a resurrection because we waited too long. So that's one thing we got to keep in mind. So we're going to double up on Kark here with his skill. We're going to use Kark and Faceless, not give him enough time to heal. And that should help us wipe out the rest of these opponents. So there we go. But see, if you take too long, some of these heroes do come back. So that's just something to keep in mind. So when you're doing these fights, you need to make sure you take out these guys almost ASAP. Okay. So there we go. We took him out. Another option is Celeste, right? Celeste guards against that healing ability. So that's another thing to consider is Celeste is not a bad hero to use here because Celeste does, instead of having this healing power become a problem, it uses the healing as damage. And so Celeste is another great option for these later paths. So that might be something to consider too. If you haven't, is a deep try, whoever's fighting, try using Celeste. Celeste is not a bad option from what I remember. The bad thing about season events is they are linked to team level. I prefer to see annual season events. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Okay, so I mentioned we would be coming back to the staff recipe. Here we go. 62. I would have liked more, but that's okay. We'll stop for now. We're not going crazy on having Martha get leveled up super fast right now. So we'll take what we can. If you bought the Elemental season, the first one with the totem, I think this season's rewards are not as valuable. Titan Soulstone's Fragment could not be as useful if you don't get the right one. Francis, I'll be honest with you. I think you're right. I think the first one was a better value, but I also think it was undervalued, as in, I think Hero Wars made a mistake with the pricing. I think they underestimated the value and they made a mistake. That's my hot take. They dropped the ball on that one. That's why when that event came out, I said this is a must buy for anyone who's looking for totems. It's a must buy. This right now, I don't know if it's a must buy. I think it's. I don't agree that's a must buy. I think it's a fair value. That's what I think. I don't think it's super overpriced. I don't think it's super underpriced. I think it's fair. So I mean, I give it a fair value. It's not a steal, right? Like the last season with the totem, that was a steal. That was a I think I say it in my video, it is if you want a totem, this is the totem to get. This one I'm going to say it's fair. It's fair. It's I mean, look, we'll do the math here. So I always like these recovery things. They're cool. I think they're a bonus. I don't really count them as much value. 10 skin stones, I think it's cool. Again, a plus, but no real value to me personally. 1,000 emeralds. Okay, 1,000 emeralds. Not going to count the free rewards. Don't really care about them. You get those with or without the ticket, right? So those don't count. Those don't add any value. Not counting anything here. Emeralds. So 2,250 emeralds. Cool. 1,500. So 2,250. So now we're at 3,750. 5,750. Another cool plus. Nothing crazy though. So we're at 5,750. 9,950. Right, 9,000 emeralds. 9,950. That's really the emerald count is 9,950 emeralds. For being nice, when we round up, it's 10K. But yeah, if we look in the nature box, do I see anything extraordinary? I mean, the certificates are cool, but everything else is pretty normal, what I would expect from this kind of a box. So I would say I'd say $45 is fair. Is it a great value? Is it a bad value? I'm not going to say it's a bad value. I think it's fair priced. I think it's not as good of an event as the last time we had a totem event, but hey, it still is another opportunity to get it if you really want, right? That's what I'm going to go with. My team is Astaroth, Qingmao, Cornelius, Faceless, and Martha. Kark in progress. Okay, I like that, Adib. How is your Celeste? Is your Celeste doing okay? How are things with Celeste? Celeste is not a bad hero to have as an option. Hey, Herbert. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Biscuit as a pet helps as well. Not a bad call. Justin, did the times 3 energy recovery come in your inbox after the last season ended? And did they expire? I don't know. I actually used them all on the last day. What I did was I waited until the last day and I pressed all of them. Didn't really test to see if they came to my inbox. I'm going to assume not. I think those are gone. So I do think they expire incognito. I usually don't take a chance because I think this is a pretty cool thing. I use all of them on the very last day of the season, usually with like 10 minutes to spare. If I know I'm not going to be on, then maybe a little bit more, but usually in the last day, I'm claiming those rewards. Just typically how I operate with the ×3 energy rewards, but it's a great question. I don't know if it does save in your energy mailbox. Oh, it does. Okay, so it does save in your mailbox. That I didn't know. So that's news to me. But it does. Okay, cool. So Adib and Wally are both saying it does. If you can save them, it doesn't hurt to save them. I don't see why not. You could save them all the way until Winterfest if it lets you. I mean, might be the best time for it. 5 days of times to recovery. What's better than that? Gotcha. Yeah. So you use it all at once. No expiry date. Okay, so I have 14 days of 3 times energy seeing my mailbox. No expiry date. Love it, Francis. So you played a risky game by waiting until you found out. But, with that being said, we do know now that we can save those in our mail if you didn't already. I think at this point, I have to make a video because I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that. But I think that's a good point. I like that a lot. Um, Thank you for pointing that out, guys. That's impressive. That is kind of a game changer on that particular aspect, right? I mean, you get a free one. So that is pretty cool. I like that. Okay, sorry. Hey, Greg G, nice to have you here from Sydney, Australia. Love it. Love how we are internationally connected. Love that. Okay, so we're going to claim the Grand Arena coins. We're going to look at Airship really quick because I don't want to lose out on these rewards. I need those Chaos Cores. I never have enough. I'll say that forever because it's really true. When you don't have Valkyrie's Favor, you have so many of these Chaos Cores. You're like, what do I do with these? But like once you have too many coins to basically be able to use at the artifacts to trade them in, artifact coins, you're like, I never have enough Chaos Cores. So yeah, I mean, that's just where I'm at. It's crazy. All right, we're going to start that adventure. We're going to start this one. We're going to start this one. And this one. All right, so we got that going. What else is good? Cool. All right. It is so hard for free-to-play players to get totems. My only hope to get one is during Winterfest. Yeah, I do get that. I do think it is a very difficult thing. And it's also really, I think, uncool that free-to-play players have to look at the rewards here. I wish there was an option where you could hide it so that if you are free-to-play, you don't have to look at that. Because I think that's kind of, if you're free-to-play, you're like, I don't want to be looking at that the whole time. Maybe that's just me, though. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right, so with that, we're going to take a quick peek at our pets. I don't really think they progress too much, but I just want to see my pets real quick. Check in on them, right? Yo, 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 Wally on Hero Wars Battleground. Love it. Let's take a quick look. I want to upgrade. Who are we working on? We are working on getting everyone to at least +1, ideally. So I'm going to work on Biscuit here. We're going to try to upgrade this first charge item. We'll stop with that for now. But I do need to actually do the winners, right? So the picker wheel is set for today. We are using the YouTube IDs, right? So we're going to have one Facebook winner today and one web winner. And we'll be having the same for tomorrow as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We're going to have our Facebook winner first. And just a heads up, if you don't see your name on the wheel and you did put it on there, please let me know. Either send me an email or in the comments on the YouTube video. Just say, hey, Justin, I left, or hey Jay, I left a comment here with my ID and it's not showing up. I'd just like to let you know. Then I can just put your name on there at least. I know it's not ideal, but sometimes YouTube's just kind of finicky with the way they're doing things. I don't know. It is what it is. So, okay, we only had 9 names from the list. I know there was 11 comments on the Facebook video, but I could not see all of them. And I know one of them did message me, so I got them on here. But yeah, so just a heads up on that. But yes, Adib says, I like seasons because the Emerald rewards. I get that, especially if you're free to play, right? You get some Emerald rewards. Gotta love that. You can get one totem reasonably easy as a free to play with the free Emerald rewards for the first time using most of the chest's rewards. That's true. Hey Jay, try this team at Judge Brawls. Adib will try it right after we have our Facebook winner. So yeah, go ahead and throw it into the comments. I'll test out. Then we'll have our web winner right after we test out that team one time, Adib. So let's go ahead and spin our Facebook winner. Let's see who it is. Good luck to everyone here. Greg G is not on there. Okay, we're going to timeout. Greg G's not on here. This is for Facebook, right? So Greg, we're on here. All right, so that one didn't count. That one did not count, right? But here we go. Okay, so now you are on here. We're going to save this list. This is for Facebook. We're going to go ahead and refresh. All right, so here we go. Doing our Facebook winner. Now that Greg G's on here, right? So let's see how this goes. So it ends up being the same winner. But Greg, you are on here now. So we got Puri Tamu is our Facebook winner. I'll be messaging you on YouTube a little bit later after this stream. Congratulations, Puri. Congratulations, and I'll get in touch with you, and we will figure out which reward you like. All right, so I'm going to open the web as well. I believe. Let me know if you're not on here and you thought you were, because this is specific for the YouTube video, right? So that is what we're doing here. So this is our web. So these are our lists for web contestants, right? For potential winners: Gujo, Christy, Renee Allen, Alexander Dizolil, Gaming Falcon, Incognito, Grapnel, Daniel Lee, Asani, Super Peak, Zlatko, Satis, Niels, Steve, and O Negro are all on here. So if you don't see yourself on here yet, let me know if you thought you had your ID on there and are not. Dr. Barbadelli, oh yeah, no, sorry about that. But yes, there is a YouTube video contest right now. In case you missed it, it came out earlier this week. Feel free to put your name in the comments here, just so that I got you. But yes, make sure you are on there. Definitely do it. Please and thank you. There's a web and a Facebook, just so you know. Yes, please make sure you're on there. I have everyone from the Discord recorded. So there's two. Okay, so guys, just to make sure we're on the same page here, there is a YouTube, right? So if you go, there's the Discord one, which is for Sundays, right? So Sunday contests are run off of the Discord, right? So Discord. Let's see. So here's my Discord. So web contest entry, right? So these are for Sundays, right? It says here new contest entry has begun. This is for web contest entries on Sunday. Each user post one account, please. And here's the video for Saturday contest, right? So there is a web Saturday video, right? So this is a web Saturday's video. There's also a Facebook contest. So please, right? We already have a bunch of comments on here. There's also a Facebook one, right? So if you go all the way to the top, there is a Facebook video for Saturdays. Please, if you haven't already, put your name in there right now, for so that you're good for the rest until March 15th. Please do that. Please do that. And then Sundays is off of Discord, right? So please do that. Okay, Francis, you added. Okay, sounds good. Yes. So, John, for now, what we're doing, because I know a lot of people have multiple accounts, if you have one Facebook and one web, you can do one on each video. But currently, just because there's some people who have like 5 Facebook accounts, I don't want to make it super unfair, right? So if they put their name down 5 times, it's a little bit unfair to other winners. So right now we're doing one Facebook entry per account per person and one web account per person. So you can do one Facebook and one web, right? So there's 2 separate ones, but we would prefer that people do not do like 5 Facebook accounts because I know some people do have like a lot of Facebook accounts. So just throwing that out there. All right. If your YouTube comments getting erased, please just simply say, I would like to participate in this contest. Hopefully that doesn't get erased. If if your ID is not working for whatever reason, just say like I would like to join the contest, right? It's weird that YouTube's doing that. I'm gonna have to figure out another way that YouTube does not just flag things because I think YouTube doesn't like the number of numbers that are on there. Just kind of annoying. Okay, let's see. All right, so a lot of people are not seeing their name for web. We'll add you guys, but please do add your names to the YouTube video if you haven't already, and that's why you don't see your name on here. Okay. So we got Francis here, we got Adib here, we got Kim, Tay Tay. Who else? Herbert, Lau. And remember, right? These are new videos for every. So after the 15th of every month, I do typically put a new video out there. So if we always update these almost every month if we can. Greg G. Francis, I'm going to add Zegan. Okay. Mark, Andre. Come on. Okay, cool. Yes, thanks, Mark. Also, if you can, when you have a chance, find that YouTube video and also leave a comment there. That would help me out a lot. I mean, I already got you in, so you don't technically have to, but if you would, it would really help me out if you do, leave a comment on there. Would be much appreciated. All right, so everyone's on here, hopefully now that is here, that, should be. So we're going to go ahead and spin for our web winner. So let's see who that is. Good luck to everyone. Let's see who our lucky winner is. And our lucky winner is Desolil Hunter. So congratulations. I'm sorry, totally probably butchered your name. You're going to have to tell me your ID again because I don't know if that ID is right. It looks a little long. It might be your game ID. Based on what I'm seeing lengthwise, I'm going to go with that's probably your game ID. It's okay. I'll message you and we will get things figured out. Mr. Big. Let's see. Mr. Big, are you on here? You're on the Facebook one. I know that for sure. But let's add you here to the web one. All right. All right. So we got you guys all on there. Hillary, we will add you as well. But yes, please, guys, do make sure you check out that video and please leave like I would like to join. I mean, if the numbers are not working, that's fine. Just say, I would like to join. That would be great just because it helps me out. I got you guys all added in now, so you guys are good until March 15th, right? That's when I get new rewards, and that's when we run a new contest. So congratulations to our winners tonight, right? Puri and the Solil. Congratulations to you guys. We'll have more winners tomorrow as well. 2 more winners for that. So Hillary got you on here for web. Absolutely. Saving for web. So there's that for our Saturday winners. I'm going to probably wrap up by doing one more of these matchups. Why not, right? So we're going to do something like this. We're going to do, we see Kark. We're going to do Anvari. Where's Anvari? The natural enemy of Kark. I'm also going to pair him up with Yasmin. And, I see Martha over there. We're going to raise with Celeste. And we're going to use, who else do we want to use? I guess we'll add in Martha. Seems fair enough. You're waiting for next Hero Wars birthday. Absolutely. Calnap, I'll add you. I'm writing your name down right. I'm writing your name down right now for web addition. Right, I got you. We'll add you in there. And yes, Hero Wars birthday is, I think, less than a month away. Should be a good event to get some free rewards. I'm looking forward to it. Adib, yeah, what is your team? You tell me your team, we'll use it, and we'll wrap things up. But yeah, feel free. Yeah, let me know your team. Come on, Adib. Tell me your team. We will use it. And we'll wrap things up. So yes, thank you guys for that. Do please look at that video and make sure to leave a comment if you haven't. And yes, Adib, feel free to leave your Brawl team here, and we'll test it out before we end up and wrap up the stream. So yeah, let me know your team, Adib. We'll do it. You tell me. We're waiting on you. No pressure. So I'm going to claim these. If you didn't already get some of the rewards that are free from Facebook and the web chats, definitely check them out. There's been some good rewards. I mean, they got boxy rewards coming out and a couple other good rewards. So check them out if you're not already doing that. You already put it in. Oh, no. Okay, I missed it. We will look. Adib. Oh, here we go. Here's a team. You said use the team of Aurora plus Kane, Judge plus Biscuit, Celeste plus Merlin, Merlin, Sebastian and Albus and Maya. And Isaac with Mara. Oh, why does it default to Oliver? And Sebastian with Albus. The pet. Who's the pet? I think we're missing a pet here, Adib. Who's my main team pet? Yes, Incognito. We will be doing a live stream tomorrow. We'll have two more winners, one Facebook and one web. The plan is hopefully by 11 a.m. For sure by 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be posting something at least, I'm hoping at least an hour before. But yes, so which pet am I supposed to be using here? A Deep Axel is the pet I'm supposed to be using here. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully well. I do see a good amount of magic attackers here. The only threat is going to be Dante. So let's go ahead and test it out. Kim Tete says, I use Aurora, Kane, Krista with Merlin, Judge with Oliver, Lars with Mara, Dorian with Axel. I change the team if there's a Rufus or Isaac. It's a pretty solid team. I like it, Kim. I like it a lot. Yeah, we can test it out. So Isaac did do a fair amount of damage here. He got taken out, unfortunately, but I think we still have a chance. So it looks like Celeste is doing a lot of damage, especially because Dorian is there. And I think we're going to pull it off. So great call there, Adib. We're going to run Kim's team really quick, and then we'll wrap things up. All right, so let's see. Kim's team here involved the twins with Aurora and Kane. Judge with Oliver, Dorian. Okay, so we need to take off these guys. Axel as pet. Let's see. Twinning it up. Merlin. Krista. Lars with Mara. Perfect. And Dorian with Axel. Dorian. With Axel. Pretty solid team, actually. Great magic attack team there. Absolutely. Incognito on the Titanite grind. Always a good team player. Love that about him. And yes, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me here on stream. I'm going to watch Kim's team win here. And with that, we got the dub. And we are going to wrap things up for tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on the stream. Really enjoyed it. Really did, take my mind off everything going on for the time we were here, which is great. And yeah, Adib, that was a great team. Your team helped you out a lot with brawls. Great team. Really, really liked it. I mean, we won. No problem, right? Same with you, Kim Tay Tay. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on stream. We'll have a stream tomorrow, and I look forward to potentially seeing you guys tomorrow. And if not, then I'll see you guys all in Dominion next week. So thank you guys. Have a great night.